40 years. The pioneer transport company in executive land transport in Nigeria, Efosa Express and FX Executive is the name. Travel in style and comfort. FX Executive is truly an executive transport with international dimensions. You can travel across Nigeria and to Accra, Ghana in comfort, aircraft style, personal USB charging port. In our freezing cool luxurious buses, we introduced luxurious buses to the south. Travel from any of our ultra-modern terminals from Benin to Lagos, either at our newly renovated terminal at Iyaro or FX02 Uselu Lagos Road or Ramat Park office. In Lagos, our stations are at Ojota, Yaba, Yanopaja, Ojodu Bega. Travel Benin straight to Accra, Ghana, or from Lagos to Accra, Ghana. FX Executive, setting the pace in executive travel.
The families of Uzebo from Idumaro, Okaiben, Oroyin of Eastern South East Local Government Area, and Eguahide from Ibore Ira of Eastern Central Local Government Area in Edo State. And as the burial ceremony of the dearly precious and beloved mother, stepmother, wife, grandmother, mother-in-law, sister, auntie, cousin, and friend, late Deaconess Maria Uzebo, new Eguahide, age 70, who passed on to glory on the 9th of January 2021. Their arrangement, Wednesday 19th May 2021, time 2 p.m. service of songs at a residence 3 Obo Street, Ipobahi, Benin City. Thursday 20th May 2021, 10 a.m. Abadi leaves for our hometown Ibore Ira in Eastern Central Edo State for interment. And Saturday 22nd May 2021, 12 noon, social dance at EBS Compound Aduara. Sunday 23rd May 2021, time 9 a.m. Thanksgiving service at the Light of the World Bible Church of God International Incorporated, Ipobahi, Benin City. May our gentle soul rest in perfect peace. Amen. Signed, Mr. Musaka Uzebo for the family.
Welcome to Didi Dynasty. I'm the arm of Hotel Doris Day Limited, the pride of Edo State.
In the news tonight, federal government denies rumor of fuel price increase, says not in a hurry to increase price of petrol. Oba Ewari II receives German delegates on fact-finder mission to Benin on looted artifacts. Plus, University of Benin hosts 243rd inaugural lecture, predicts economic emancipation of Africa. A very pleasant evening to you, and many thanks for joining us on the news tonight. I am Elizabeth Omako. The Minister of State, Petroleum Resources, Timothy Siva, says once again it has become necessary to assure Nigerians that despite the huge burden of under-recovery, the federal government is not in a hurry to increase the price of premium motor spirit, petrol, to reflect current market realities. The minister gave this clarification in a statement. He said the current price of petrol will be retained in the month of June until the ongoing engagement with organized labor is concluded. The clarification became necessary in the light of recent reports regarding the resolution of the Nigeria Governors Forum to allow market forces determine the pump price of petrol. He strongly urges petroleum product marketers not to engage in any activity that could jeopardize the seamless supply and distribution system in place. He also advised the public to avoid panic buying because the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has enough stock of petroleum products to keep the nation. The Oba of Benin, His Royal Highness Oba Ewa II, says when the stolen artifacts are brought back to Benin, there are plans to establish a well-structured museum at the palace to house those artifacts. He made this public while addressing the German delegate from the Directorate for Culture and Communication, Federal Republic of Germany, led by its Director General, Andrea Gojen, who were on fact-finding mission to Benin on the much talked about looted artifacts. Ivie Oyakere reports.
That cause. Its foundation, the Oba Ewa Foundation, is also set up to fine-tune modalities for the safe return. The Oba told the delegates from Germany that he doesn't want a third party involved when plans of bringing it back is executed, as he says it belongs to the people of Benin and its return will be beneficial to them.
We are not asking that all the artifacts be brought back, simply that some of them be brought back so that we can set up the palace museum right in front of the palace. That has always been our tone. We do not expect anybody else to hold our properties for us. It sounds a little bit odd, for any other third party to collect our properties, to collect our artifacts, to be in custody of our artifacts.
Prior to the arrival of the German delegation, there have been dialogue with nations holding these crafts looted from Benin in 1897. A detailed brief of all that has been done towards the return was presented on behalf of the Oba. In it are museums across the world housing the looted items and conversations with the authorities over there on how it can come back to its original home.
And this level of productive engagement geared towards bringing considerable restitution to a tragedy of monumental proportions inflicted on the people of Benin towards the end of the 19th century.
The Director General, who listened to all the findings from the palace, is hopeful that his fact-finding mission to Nigeria on the said matter will yield positive results.
We cherish the engagement of the Royal Palace within the Benin Dialogue Group, that our decision is the fruit and partly the result of the ongoing discussions in the Benin Dialogue Group, which is taking of solutions.
The Oba of Benin presented a copy of his red book, which weighs about 7 kg, to the President of Germany through the Director General, and other gifts for his team too. In Benin, Ivie Oyakere.
And talking education, a professor of economics, University of Benin, Mercy Ada Anyiwa, desires an African that will trace her steps towards significant economic emancipation by taking responsibility of its growth. This is one of the views she made bare in the inaugural lecture she presented at the university's Akideco Auditorium this Thursday. Ogochukuka Ona reports.
It was the 243rd inaugural lecture of the institution and sixth in the Department of Economics, but the second by a female. The professor of economics based the lecture on wealth and health of nations, statistical pointers to the promised land of economic development or economic doom, and she's asking the question, which way Nigeria, which way Africa? The university dome laments that the poor performance of Africa and Nigeria in development indicators are reflecting in its gross domestic products and gross national income, saying that this shouldn't be so because the continent is rich in human and natural resources. She lists less corruption, quality health care, modern technology and infrastructure, more self-esteem and good governance, among others, as way forward.
It is much more than what we can see. There is conspiracy. And the first one is the first ideology that brought slavery and colonization. And they have made us, put us where we are. And the second one is the ideology of the new economic order, which is saying that Africa must remain where they are. Continue to produce raw materials. Don't manufacture them. No industrialization. Don't go industrializing. Once Africa stops producing raw materials, all the wealth of the nations of the world will crumble. They will crumble. But they want us to remain there. And this is what is paining me. If we continue like this, we are not going anywhere else but the palace, the promised land of economic doom. That is where we are going to change this. By the time we have the orientation, the African orientation and rebranding, then we become Africans that we are truly.
All I pray is that our leaders, our politicians, because everything boils down to political consideration. When the people are heady, and I can tell you, when they are being trained, their mind is trained, they have a way of developing, improving on the economic growth and development of this country.
If we have the appropriate authority, let them just implement, even if it's like 1/3 of what she just said, I think we'll be better off.
The Vice Chancellor, Professor Lilian Salami's address and functions were earlier performed by the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, Professor Adesuwa Osahon.
Poor infrastructure, corruption, political instability, insecurity, and bad governance have become commonplace in most African nations. These factors definitely are not indicators of economic progress, economic growth, or economic development.
Professor Ada Ayiwe has lectured for about 37 years in economic statistics and economic development. She has 7 books and more than 70 journals, articles, and proceedings. She has supervised over 105 master's dissertations and 15 PhD theses, contributing to definition of concepts in economics and statistics. In Benin, Ogochkuka Ona, NTA News.
This news is being streamed live, and you can subscribe and watch news stories and other programs on our YouTube channel, NTA Benin. Like us on Facebook, NTA Benin, or follow us on our Twitter handle at NTA Benin 1. You stay on to NTA Benin News at 7. Our first break is now. Don't go away.
Oh yes, Ameosa Motors. We don't turn that for we new branch for number 128 Saple Road by Ajib Junction for Benin City. Not be only that one, we don't upwekerize the price for Niger Delta roads. We need to worry by NRA Junction 500. We need to Abraka 700. We need to Ugeli 1000. We need to Bayasa 1500. We still a load from Benin to Port Harcourt. Worry to Auchi. Worry to Ekpoma. We need to Ekun, Obiaruko, Kwale, Umutu, even Ekpoma to Port Harcourt City. For Ameosa Motors, safety of all our passengers may be number 1. That's now why we dey make sure say we use new motors and qualified drivers. Make you visit any of our branch around you to enjoy the upwekrization of Ameosa Motors. Ameosa Motors, king of the road.
This is to inform the general public that the College of Medical Sciences, Edo State University Zaire, will be organizing a free medical outreach for residents of communities and towns in Edo State as part of its social corporate responsibility, and create awareness for Central Hospital Auchi as a teaching facility for Edo State University Zaire. The first phase of the medical exercise is scheduled to hold between Monday 31st May and Saturday 5th June 2021 from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily at the town halls of the underlisted towns and villages. Monday 31st May and Tuesday 1st June 2021, Agbede, Agedebode, Fuga, Jetu, Uroni, Wednesday 2nd and Thursday 3rd June 2021. Afuze, Iho, Sabongida Ora, Uzeba. Friday 4th and Saturday 5th June 2021. Igara, Ososo and Opela. Members of the public are by this announcement advised to take advantage of the golden opportunity to partake in this Health for All initiative. Edo State University Zaire and Central Hospital Auchi are committed to taking good health to the doorsteps of the citizens. This outreach is supported by Esako Club 81 and Dako Foundation. Health is wealth. Signed, Habib I. Ekalefu, Acting Registrar.
For Center of Benin, I will better for everybody. Waiting, your body to the hot. This one cool me for body. I will bonanza to travel to different places for Nigeria. Muyi line your modern office for Ibiwe by Ebo Street Junction, Ring Road for Benin City. Don't make travel easy for chicken money for everybody. Benin to worry 1,000 naira. Benin to Port Harcourt 3,500 naira. Benin to Lagos mine to Yanokpada, Iyaba, Aja for just 3,500 naira. Benin to Auchiakoma 1,000. Enjoy unbeatable price to Bayasa, Abraka, Ugele, and other places, including comfortable charter service to any destination. Moyi parcel service they give to help you receive parcel and send parcel to different places for Nigeria. Come enjoy Ogbele Awoof travel price with brand new buses and cars for Muyi Line New Ultra Modern Office for Ibiwe Street, Bayebo Street Junction, Ring Road, Benin City. Muyi Line, cheap travel price for everybody.
Next time you visit the ancient city of Benin, two things will excite you: the warmth and welcome of its people, and of course, the class and style of its hospitality business. Randeki Gold, home of hospitality like no other, located in one of the most serene environments in the ancient city, truly classy and exquisite with world-class facilities, fully equipped digital multipurpose hall with life-size, ultra-high definition LED screen, 180 square meters king-size swimming pool with bubble bath, enough to leave you breathless. The exotic Ariel's Bistro and Grill Restaurant with variety of continental dishes, especially some of the rarest delicacies you can find in town. Fact is, a visit will truly convince you that we are gold. Randeki Gold is the gold wing of the prestigious Randeki Royal Hotel at 6 Henry Street off Ihama and Boundary Roads, GRO Benin City. www.randekihotels.com. Randeki Gold, our hospitality is gold.
He's not my real father. But you already know this, Lara darling.
Yes. But after 25 years,
She just told me who my real father is.
Baby, come inside now. Where is it in the car?
Introducing Glow U2 plans. Feast your eyes from as low as 50 naira for 1 hour. Simply dial *777#.
Many thanks for staying tuned. Following reported cases of illegal sales of land, the Oriol Osewende community in Owode local government area of the state has issued a stay of land warning to perpetrators and their accomplices. In a press briefing, the community described the act as not only criminal but a taboo. Paul Omukago completes the story.
The community chiefs, elders and youth declaring their stand against illegal sale of land by unauthorized persons. Prospective purchasers of land, the stress must do their transactions through the palace of the Onogie, as this has been the practice over the years. Anything contrary to this laid-down procedure, the community warned, is illicit and sacrilegious.
Motona, Oguadoto, I only hear Obanani Lala,
Emma, oh now baby ade. Na me ke na me we aye o. E da yire ona wo gbe money. The HROH 04 belongs to VN in Usakairo Hensua. Any other person who use that plate number is illegal.
Officer, we observed that people come, that they bought land from their community, and when the document they present is quite different from the document issued at the palace, so we become worried. And when we decide to find out, we now find out that it's our own brother that is into this illegal deal.
He's trying to overthrow Enoge. All those ones illegal.
Last year he did such a thing. The Enoge Uriel Semede, which is the dukedom here, said he forgiving him, but he has done more than what he cannot do. So the community and the entire youth and the Idion, they are not happy what is happening.
Onyo Osawende is a predominantly farming community with an estimated population of 5,000. In Benin, Paulo Mukago, NTA News.
Talking religion, the assistant imam of Unipen Mosque, Asuruddin Nuruddin, is urging Muslims to deepen their relationship with Allah and repent from their evil ways. This was as charged to worshippers this Friday. Eno Usazua reports.
Imam Nuruddin, who expressed satisfaction on the attitude of some faithful, says Allah's commandments must be obeyed without reservations. He urged the worshippers to worship Allah in truth and live peacefully with non-Muslims in order to fulfill his injunctions.
What basically or essentially defines us is the texture of our humanity, and that would be a function of by how much we are able to distance ourselves from things that are not pure, struggle the best we can not to swim in putridity. And once we do this, we are home and dry.
Some worshippers speak on the lessons from the Jumat.
When you are worshipping Allah, you worship Allah wholeheartedly. You don't associate partner with him.
Possibly the Imam has now drawn the attention of so many Muslims to do a good thing.
In Benin, Eno Sazua, NTA News.
Policy choices these days place a huge premium on equipping our youth with practical skill sets. Nothing illustrates this trend more eloquently than this boy who, only 6 years old, is precautiously arming himself for a better and brighter tomorrow. Benjamin Eberichuku from Abia State makes his home in Benin City. He is currently trending on social media for choosing to be an apprentice in a mechanic workshop and is not dealing with humble pie. He is picking up his keys in one of the major spare parts markets in Edo State capital. There he lives with his parents, elder brother and sister. Agatha Guariojo has been following his story and shall fill us in.
Evaike is a one-stop market for spare parts. It is a huge component bazaar. If you don't get it here, you might well stop the search. Evaike hums from dawn to dusk with the sound of traffic and clanging metal. It is common in this mix to see children from 10 to 20 working their way up as apprentices in mechanic workshops. But this 6-year-old, who has been in the trade for over 8 months now, is the poster face for self-improvement.
At the ground top, I put pin for the spring.
He is a source of wonder, and not surprisingly, he is catching the fancy of those around him and the social media. His master majors in fixing engine tops and is popularly called Top Man.
Benjamin and my boy, where I teach work. Sometimes if I get work, if he come back from school, he will come help me work. But if work no day, he go relax. I tell the work, he be like for my eye. His mama come meet me, say this is picking don't to the stopper. Say he want learn work, I look at, I say now small boy, I know if he do what he did the work. I say no, he make all the learn. So if he come, I will just give her small work, me go they do me for no they distract me. So if I look and say the work where the small things where they give her and do, they do and well. If I still give her normal work, he go still do and perfect. and the boy na composed child. Since we dey na person no dey let person carry my tools. If you come carry tools, this Benjamin go hold you. He go say Moga say me the no man no give anybody tools. So since we dey I no dey lost tools again. So all those things come make me come be like no need now to pursue since e don dey more useful to me. And now e dey work. Many work now wey I no even expect say go fit do dey do am. Work wey no fit do like to pin this top, e need power. Energy. Even me wey be mature man sometimes I dey feel the pain for a year, so you no go expect am do all those one.
They sign agreement?
No, they never do agreement, so I no feel like give. They never sign agreement.
Benjamin lives a few steps from his master's workshop, and many believe it is the proximity that spiked the interest in not just this trade but other lines of work in the market.
When your car don't have any work, you come to my workshop, you just say, Ojogu, let me help you to do this machine. I cannot allow person to touch this machine, but you come, you on this fire machine. I say, I was surprised. Sometimes we will go to the land with my neighbor there. We'll be helping the boy to do some farm.
From this two-room apartment.
Thank you, Agatha. And a word from Little Benjamin's story. Child abuse is a grave offense, and opinion is unanimous that appropriate punishment should be meted out on offenders. Not surprisingly, there is a huge public outcry against the inhuman act a man in Benin meted on a stepson for taking 16 naira belonging to him. Udwak Obam Akchip tells us more.
It's 2 days this Friday since Blessed was subjected to act of brutality by his stepfather. The incident caused officials of NAPTIP to arrest the culprit. Information made available when NTA News visited the office of NAPTIP indicated that the man is still in their custody and investigation is ongoing. The stepson is undergoing medical treatment in an hospital. This assault on a small child has been roundly condemned in all quarters, and nothing short of speedy dispensation of justice is demanded.
I have some lapses when it comes to the issue of picking things, taking money and all that. Perhaps the child could be hungry. But the first thing a man should do is to consider the fact that he's a minor and he needs to be careful, be taught, and he needs to learn in process. It is quite understanding that a father should discipline a child, but not to that extent. The parent has the right to discipline children. That should not be cut off. If the government is coming in, they should not just abandon the principle of family moralities, because charity begins from home.
It's barbaric. That man should be, after arresting, just firstly, they will take him to psychiatric to examine him. After examining him, they will tell him to go and arrest if it's Oko or White House.
There is an extent you can discipline a child. There's an extent. But once you go beyond that acceptable level, it becomes a crime. What the man did was a crime, and the man should be sanctioned and punished for it. The man should end up in jail. We are appealing to the government to take up these case to ensure that the child is placed in a comfortable home where the child will be cared for.
On Wednesday, May 19, 2021, a viral video online showed a boy 7 years of age whose stepfather was said to have used a hot knife to inflict wounds on the child as a way to teach him a lesson for stealing. The incident occurred at Erediawa off Sakumba Road, Benin. More details will be brought to you subsequently. In Benin, Odwakobong Achibong, NTA News.
The Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) on Thursday, May 2021, confirms 49 new cases of COVID-19 in the country. The new cases are reported from 7 states, including the FCT, Lagos 21, Rivers 16, FCT 5, Kano 3, Akwa Ibom 2, Ebonyi and Ekiti 1 case each. With the latest figure, Nigeria now has 165,901 confirmed cases of COVID-19. 156,459 patients have been discharged. and 2,067 deaths have been recorded in 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. Following requirements to carry out routine maintenance of our systems, NTA Benin will be off air tomorrow from 10:30 in the morning to 5 o'clock in the evening. Please bear with us. We are still on to NTA Benin News at 7. Another break is due. Please don't go away. Many thanks for staying tuned. Following requirements to carry out routine maintenance of our systems, NTA Benin will be off air tomorrow from 10:30 in the morning to 5 o'clock in the evening. Please bear with us, and that's much we can take for the news tonight. Do have a pleasant night rest. Good night from us.
As we count down to May 22nd,